Hello, people. What a game of football we just witnessed. Honestly, just before we came on, I read a Micah Richards quote and he said that's the best game of football he's ever seen. I don't
Oh, he
know,
needs to
but
calm
he
down.
needs to calm down. I don't
Micah
know.
Richards needs to calm down.
He's lost in the gas, but yo, it was a crazy game, man. Omar, Grizz, man, how you guys feeling? Omar, start with you. Like as a Liverpool fan, going 2-0 down, and then yeah, honestly, it was madness. I don't. Some things you probably don't even remember, even though it just happened a few minutes ago.
That penalty miss felt like a year ago. It felt like
Yeah,
a year ago.
exactly.
The adrenaline. I've not had adrenaline like this after a game for a long time. Right, the game finished like almost an hour ago or something. I don't know when it finished. Oh my god, Barclays, Premier League.
Anfield. This is Anfield in that second half. You felt the wrath of Anfield. 2-0, the league was yours. The title was yours. You had one or two fingers on it, Bills. The WhatsApp was popping off.
It's mad. But you know what? I thought about the game. Remember Arshavin scored 4. And I remember even in that game, I'm pretty sure Benayoun or something scored last minute.
Yeah,
Anfield, like it just happens. That's why even before in our preview, I said Liverpool Arsenal is a dumb fixture. It's a fixture with goals and drama and nonsense. Like this is a fixture like there's no tactics. Like you can't really break it down in terms of we're gonna do this. No. This is
PS. By the way, yeah, you're absolutely right. PS, we will try to break it down in RedFellas in about an hour or so after open my fast. Every man's over their fast, relaxed. We're gonna get the RedFellas in, but the boys them wanted to do an instant post-match reaction. I don't know how you feel, Bilal. I mean, from a Liverpool point of view, I told you yesterday, we haven't really got much riding on it apart from pride. And we showed that in abundance. But I don't know how you feel.
Me, listen, after that game, I said I'll take the point. Like that last save Ramsdale did, I thought it was a goal. Like my head was gone. I was like, no, it was a Konate. And then Ramsdale somehow just saves it again. I'm like, yeah. Let me run with the point, because the way I'm looking at it is Liverpool slapped Man United 7-0. We knew what Man United were doing at Anfield. You beat Man City this season at Anfield. You don't really lose or drop points often. I think the Leeds game was the only game you've lost, right? I remember I was in Barcelona watching that one. So yeah, that is for me. I come out of that game looking at it like we live to fight another day. But there's going to be more pressure now on those games against Newcastle away, Man City away. I think that Man City game now is going to become, yeah. It's a don't lose game. Yeah, it's a
pretty much right.
Pretty much, because if Man City win, they go 3 points behind us. I'll get the table up. Actually, I think that's a good idea. They'll go 3 points behind us, and then
Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. I think by the end of the season, that is a bottle job, and the root cause. Right, I know it's hard to pin it down on one thing. But Granit Xhaka spun that whole game on his head. You not see your manager lose it last year.
Stupid, you crazy gangster.
Listen, the demons.
When he was doing that, what was you doing? Please describe what he was doing.
I was just like, bro, calm down. I was thinking, I like, did he kick Trent? I was like, what's he doing? Is it going to be a red? Like, calm down, bro. What are you doing? The demons are coming for you. The anger demons. Calm down. But this is why, but this for me also shows why Arsenal are nowhere near the finished article in terms of what they're going to do. There's still areas in that team, Xhaka, even Partey, like there's scope to improve on these players for the next few years as well. So that's, I guess in a way, is a positive. But for me, I disagree with them. I don't think you can win you can't, for me, you can't lose the league at Anfield by getting a point. Like I think that's too, like getting 4 points this season out of 6 against Liverpool. It can only be a positive for me.
Any normal situation, no. But when you give Man City that little sniff,
this is my point again.
If you put the league in their hands, because it is now in their hands, it's in both of your hands, but it's more in their hands.
Well, how can it be in both their hands? How does this work?
It's in our hands. It's more, but we still got to play each other. This is the thing. That's the thing. We still have to play each other. I think we've got difficult games. Yes, I know we've got Newcastle. We've got West Ham next. We've got Brighton. I think they've got Brighton as well. There's still games to play. So for me, right now, it's still in the balance. Both teams are going to be going for it.
Because I'm telling you, we're talking from experience. Trust me, it's not in your hands now. Trust me, points dropped ultimately means it's in their hands because they will expect to beat you at Etihad. And their running is not a patch on your running. Like they're dismantling teams. Shall we go through a couple of super chats?
Yeah.
Go through them. Saeed says, what I tell you about pride? Really, he wants to, he's doing the exclamation marks. He really wants to point at me. What I tell you about pride? Bro, that was pride. Pride. That was nothing else. We thought, yo, we ain't going out like that. Ibby says, I hate Anfield. Anfield is a humbler man. There was celebrations popping off everywhere. That's all I'm saying. At 2-0, there was celebrations popping off everywhere. But I kept it humble in the group, humble on Twitter. And I still, even at the end, I didn't celebrate too much because a point's a point at the end. They were out of the top 4. But wow, we showed, because you guys are one of the best teams around Europe. And we smoked you in that second. Well, actually, from minute 30 onwards, would you say? 35?
I don't know, from whenever Xhaka hit Trent.
The Trent Xhaka thing. Because Arsenal, you made Liverpool look like cones out there. You were playing with us. You were toying with us.
Toying with us.
And one little snap from Xhaka. And you know what? You'd think I'm mad for saying this about any other football ground. But you get that football ground up when the chips are down. You are not putting the ice over the fire again. Because if you get Anfield going and you get the goal came straight away, I said, as soon as Xhaka did that and we countered, I said it to my bro. I said, if we score here, the whole game flips on its head. Because you add one thing onto another thing.
2-0 is a dangerous scoreline, as we say, though.
Read these super chats, guys, before we...
KD says here, I think Arsenal lose league due to their passion. They lose their heads too easily versus City, who are so boring and composed. Arsenal have been great, but their inexperience, I think, will be their downfall. And potentially, for me, really and truly, it's like Rob Holding today. He wasn't terrible, but still gave away the penalty. For me, I did feel it was a bit harsh. I don't know what you guys think, but okay, they gave it. I think we need Saliba back, but I don't know if he's going to come back anytime soon. That's the main thing, because it's the area of the pitch now with Saliba and Tomiyasu out. There's not much scope, in terms of...
So very quickly on the penalty, it was as dubious as our at your ground where you initially won the game. You hear me? Remember that one? You see where you won that penalty? Who was it? Saliba? Sorry. Thiago, I think. It was as dubious. I hear you. I would have been gutted if that was given a penalty, but it was as dubious,
I think it's one of those ones at home. You can get those penalties.
I think it's clumsy by Holding. Jota's clever, right? People forget clever. It is a clever thing to do. You
of course it is. In front. I'm ready to accept the cleverness shouts.
But also because he's shorter. When someone's shorter than the other guy.
These clever shouts for ages. Kane's been getting these clever shouts for ages. Mohamed Salah should have got 2 penalties near the end there, but no one's going to talk about it. No one's going to talk about it.
They never give those ones. Like the last one with the I've never seen those ones really given.
You know what? Salah should have just thrown himself to the ground. Because that one, that's the biggest chance.
He don't do it.
That's apart from the Khanage one, that one, if he's not holding him, him back, Gabriel's not holding him back, Salah, that's a free header. Salah's not missing that. So
let's read the super chats, lads. We got to get through. Because I got to open my fast in a minute as well.
For real. Deep Learning Simplified says here.
The first one. We didn't read the first one.
Oh, which one? Which one was it?
No, we did.
Yeah. Deep Learning Simplified here says fans singing we're going to win the league at 2-0. Listen, I'm still singing it.
I didn't hear it.
I don't know if they'll probably singing it. Why not?
Well, I'll ask Turkish on them, man.
Yeah, probably, man. Who knows? Miena here says Arteta will go for a draw at City and will cost us. Yeah, how we set up against City is going to be interesting when we go there. But they're running until then. Got to keep winning the games and picking up those points. TBG. Oh, sorry. Let's get this here. TBG here says, gutted I said that 2-0 game's not done. They showed the inexperienced poor subs as well. It's not over. However, it is in City's hands. Very difficult from now. I disagree with that. I know, Grizz, you agree with that to an extent. I disagree.
I do.
I 100% agree with that comment.
I absolutely agree with it. Bilal, I know you're trying to keep hope alive, and there is hope. Of course there's hope. You're still top of the table. You still have a 5-point lead, 6-point lead.
6 points now, but obviously they got
a game in hand. You still have a 6-point lead. 100% you have a 6-point lead. No doubt about it. But it's all about momentum. I keep telling you about this every week. I'm trying to talk you through this.
all me and Grizz know is from the amount of title races we've had with City, the amount of times we've had 10-point leads on them. If you give them a little smell of blood, they are pouncing on that and they're taking it. So that game at City, that is going to be brutal. Mentally for Arsenal, that is going to be brutal. And if Arsenal came out of Liverpool having held on at the end, that changes their whole mindset going into City. Now they've seen themselves. They've seen themselves. I think they bottled a 2-goal lead. There's nothing. They bottled a 2-goal lead.
This is interesting. Look at the next two super chats in contrast, right? Big up Michael, of course. Michael talks football. Michael was our European expert. We use him. But Michael, if you're gonna say don't forget Arsenal had a 3-on-1 chance at the end when we had eight clear-cut chances, including a penalty shootout, I think you need to put respect, even though you are a Liverpool supporter. You need to put respect on Liverpool's name from minute 40 because there was no way anyone's coming up from 2-0 down against this Arsenal team, rampant Arsenal team with the form that we're in. 3-on-1 chance. Look at this. First and foremost, what a generous super chat from Zach. Big up yourself. Thank you very much. That's a massive super chat. Big up yourself. Look at the XG, 5.1 to 1.5, and you're telling me about 3-on-1 chance at the end when we're going for the win. Big up our mentality, I say. Dominant from Liverpool second half. Couple of things. You see the ref elbow. Yeah, Robertson, we're going to talk about it. Wait, I don't even know what to say.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Oh, that guy's a unit as well. They were showing his name. They got his government name, everything on
European
TV.
Gangster.
I think he might be Greek, I think. I'm not sure.
That was, I don't know what the hell did he do there. What the hell did he do there, bro? I don't know. That's some serious violence.
I was watching UFC last night, man. He was watching UFC.
And that Thiago one-touch pass was one of the passes of the year. Love the content, Grizz. City will charge on. Come on, City. Yeah, look, I've given my opinion, man, on the City, on the race right now, bro. I'm not going to lie. But thank you very much for the generous super chat.
That's interesting as well, just to come in on that Thiago. When he's come in, right, I was thinking Arteta, surely bring on Jorginho just to go touch for touch, control. Like there was, I think Arteta today, the one criticism I have for him were, I think his subs were late. Like he's always stubborn with the substitutions, and I think they were wrong as well.
When you're 2-0 up, it's difficult to make a wrong move. You don't want to make a move in case it's a wrong move.
I think he was waiting for Klopp. Yeah, he was waiting for Klopp to do something, and then I'm going to react to what Klopp does. And I don't know.
But this is what we've blamed Klopp for. We blamed Klopp for reacting. So the fact that Klopp was the one to show, he was 2-0 down. He had to show the initiative. Sometimes you just got to play what you see. You got to just say, right, I'm not going to think about what the other manager's going to do. I'm just going to try and deal with the situation, because there was ways for Arsenal to get out of that. There was a lull in the middle of that second half where after the Salah penalty miss, it just went quiet. And I was like, okay, if Arsenal can sort of then step forward again, they can get a third here. Because
yeah, you're right. But I just want to know what happened at the end. Like Tony says, it was a good save, but Khanage has to get his head on. He gets his head on. No one's saving that. Like, what did he try to do? He tried to do everything. He tried to do everything. Chest, belly button, everything. He tried to do everything.
My brothers felt sympathy for me. Konate, Mohamed Salah, they knew they couldn't have me too down bad. So they were like, you know what? Let's be nice. Oh, I don't know how much. That was too stressful. That was actually too stressful.
The save before, the one from the Salah one where it deflected and it looks like it's looping.
Mad.
Oh my God, that is the best. That is the best save of the lot.
I told you about Ramsdale. It was a weirdo. I told you, away from home, this guy is a demon.
Literally, we spoke about it. Literally, we spoke about it, that he's away from home. He's a madman. He always thrives on the tension and the stress. Tony follows it up, says, big up Tony, says, honestly feel bad for Khanage and Verdi. Sometimes they end up having to cover 3/4 of the width of the pitch because Trent out of position. But boys, Trent, like he was a man possessed after that.
That's why I love Trent, man. Like what he did. Obviously, I don't love what he did today, but in terms of a player to change a game, like what he did to Zinchenko was savage. That was just savage.
He made a whole man cry.
And you know what? Zinchenko had a brilliant game up to that point, in my opinion. I thought he was He did really well against Salah. He was doing really well when he had the ball, but just that one moment. And yeah, of course, Bobby Firmino scores again. I think they showed the graphic where it's only Robbie Fowler who scored more goals than him against Arsenal. And I know Wenger used to love Fowler because obviously he used to score against us a lot. But Bobby's another guy that, you know, not Suarez, not Sturridge, not Salah, Bobby.
When he was coming on, what was going through your...
I was thinking, not again. I'm thinking, not again. Stop coming. Like, just leave us alone, bro. I thought you were leaving Liverpool. That's what I thought. Just leave me alone, man.
He was like, I got one more.
Even in the first game he scored. He scores nice goals against us all the time, man. But you know what? Big up Konate today because I think Klopp did really well there. He let Trent obviously come in a little bit more free. But then Konate, similar to what Gabriel does for Arsenal, he dominated his side of the pitch. I know Martinelli first 30 minutes obviously cooked. He was cooking that first 30 minutes.
Konate, for me, was man of the match. Like, Virgil was nasty.
Konate has the aggression just to...
Bro, he hit everyone on the pitch. Yeah. He done everyone's... As I said, we're going to do a deeper dive. But just top of my head, I haven't thought much about it. But to me, Konate was a colossus.
Can I throw one out there? That people won't say, but I thought Jordan Henderson was incredible.
100% he was.
In terms of the press, in terms of trying to like set things going, he got the ball, got it down, played his passes, did exactly what he does.
100%.
Complicate it. Was running. I thought like proper captain's performance that, because when the chips are down, you look to your Hendersons, you look to these guys, and he performed. He came up. That right hand side, Trent Henderson. I don't know where Trent was playing today. You'll dive into it again. But that sort of Trent Henderson Salah dynamic, when it's good, it's incredible.
Sean says, if Arsenal don't win this league with the amount of chest their fans have had all season, we go in hard, Grizz, no mercy.
Don't worry, I already said it. We're winning.
I've got some targets in my what's the word? Vision. Line of
Arsenal,
vision.
If you want a pun.
Yeah, exactly. But big up, Sean. Big up. They've had a lot of chest, man. Look, I told them, keep it humble. Nothing's happened yet. Relax. Lil M4 says, Grizz, I lost all my respect for Arsenal. Up City. What does he mean by that?
He's probably wanted Arsenal to win the league, but now wants City to win the league. Because
why'd you lose respect though? Expand.
Because the time wasting, bro. You're time wasting from the 20th minute.
Speak on that. Bilal, even you must have been, this is
what I want. Listen, if we get
I hear that.
points against Newcastle, well, not
I hear
that. But if you get a point against Man City, time wasting at the Etihad, I'm taking that all day.
I hear that.
Sit on the ball, do all of that. Jordan Pickford, what he does for Everton, do all of that. I need it.
The one thing though, you wouldn't see Man City time waste like that.
Really?
Not to that extent, bro. Odegaard, when he got subbed off, he was looking the wrong way. He was stood there for about 2 minutes. I counted it. It took him 2 minutes to get off the pitch when his number went up.
No, you got a point. You got a point.
Man City do a lot of things. More tactical fouls.
Man City back their play. Man City, without a doubt, even if they're 2-0 up, 2-1 up, they'll back their play and they'll play to their way, and they'll live and die by that sword. Arsenal today didn't do that. If Arsenal are so much better than this Liverpool team, they're so much better, but they didn't have the cojones. They didn't have it.
I think Arsenal have been undone by in the past by just doing the same thing over and over again. For me as an Arsenal fan, it's a breath of fresh air seeing my team time waste and do all of that. So I'm happy to see a different side of our game. I'm happy to see us, to be honest, even if it's without possession, trying to suffer, trying to hold a lead away from home, because how many times have we gone away from home to Liverpool, try to play our nice, beautiful football, get smacked? You know, so we need a bit of a difference. Like the heritage of the club, as we say, before Wenger, boring Arsenal. Sometimes you need some of that as well. You need some dog. That's why the comparisons.
Bilal, look, I hear your talk, but it's fantasy talk, my bro. You want to get this title over the line. Stop talking this fantasy. We need to do. I want to see this. I want to see that. Trust me. If I was an Arsenal fan, these moments ain't gonna come back, man. Like, you need to grasp these moments. Don't worry about entertaining and looking a particular way and appeasing a certain
100%.
way. You get me? Nerbeat says, big up Nebits. He says Konate was a centre back, right back, CDM, but wasn't a striker. Bro, he was everything. He was like Virgil was. Yeah, conversations about Virgil.
No, Virgil's cooked, man. Like Virgil, you need a new centre back. That's what that's all it is on that one.
I don't know.
You can keep Virgil as your third centre back for next season, but if you go in with him next season, yeah, it's not looking good.
PLS says City was time wasting in the first half. Why are you lying at Emirates? Look, of course, but but what they do is of course they do the dark arts. Of course they do. But then what they do is they have the ball retention and confidence to waste time, or not waste time, but kill the game with the passing. Arsenal have got that as well, but once we stepped up the gas, they kind of shivered a little bit, just a little shiver.
But wait. Oh, go on, man. Go on.
The one thing I'll defend Arsenal kind of in that sense is Anfield does things to you that no other stadium does. In terms of it sucks you back and back and back, and it's almost impossible. Like Real Madrid, the only team to sort of combat that I've seen under Klopp. Other than that, I've seen City fumble. We've seen Barca crumble. So yeah, Arsenal. But I just feel like that's why that Xhaka moment. The game was there. The game was there. Honestly, you might think I'm crazy, but the game like Trevor Relly is saying, you were all over us. You could have been 3-4. You were cutting through us like a knife through butter.
Through butter? No, hot knife through butter.
Hot knife through butter, yeah, that's the one. But
whenever you score before the break, the game's changed. The game's complete. Like that's why 2-0's a mad scoreline. You want to keep that into the break. But even if you came back, let's say we came back 2-0 and then you guys scored within the first 5-10 minutes of the second half, it's still the same thing. So it's one of those ones you've got to try to kill the game and try to keep it 2-0 as long as possible and try and get the third. But if you don't get that third and you let Liverpool score, of course it's game on completely. Especially
Amajit says, don't let them downplay Grizz. We deserve 3 points today. 100%, my bro. 100%. I don't think Bilal was denying that. Maybe I don't know. Actually.
No, I said I'm happy with the point. We should have lost today. Today's a game we should have lost. Like for me, on another day, we lose this game. If it wasn't for Ramsdale, if it wasn't for Salah missing the penalty, there's so much that went in our favor in terms of Liverpool not being 100% that I can't look at this point and be that upset on the balance of play. I can be upset that we were 2-0 up and then we conceded before halftime. I can be upset that Arteta maybe didn't make the best substitutions. But I can't be upset at the end of the game when I know damn well we should have lost and we got a point. So it's one of those ones where I've got to just take it. And the team, I think they'll be disappointed. I think Zinchenko, see a picture of him. Obviously, he feels disappointed because he's the one who got done by Trent. But Ramsdale, I'm reading some of his quotes now. He said he feels a bit positive coming out of the game. It's going to be different for some of the players as well.
Different mentalities,
yeah. And I think the energy for the next games.
Me and Omar, obviously, we think from our experience saying that's 2 points dropped. But if you deep it, the way the game went, I don't know, man. I haven't had time to think about it from you guys' point of view. You understand? But from our point of view, in terms of if we were Arsenal, we would have been gutted. That's the equivalent of us going to where owns. That's probably us going to Manchester United.
Chelsea. Yeah, United.
Chelsea.
Yeah. And we've had that. We were 2-0 up against Chelsea.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was the title right there. What an example.
Two reactions. Last Zinchenko, right? Come from City. Jesus, you saw him after the game. He was very, very annoyed. Two guys who know what City are about because they were there. They know what the mentality is. I'm not going to pin it on this one game being if Arsenal don't win it, this one game being the cause. Whatever points you drop that you should have picked up earlier, like Southampton away, whatever, you can make it a collective thing. But when it comes to the crucial time of the season, games like this, it's not just 3 points. It's momentum. It's motivation. It's that people downplay it, but it is title deciding. In a sense, because
it can be title deciding,
and the margins are so fine because I can see there's 9 games left for City. I can see City winning all 9,
pretty much
personally, and they can do that.
It's just that Arsenal one.
I think that's what people are feeling. I think from obviously with some Arsenal fans or just people in general, they believe Man City are just going to win every single game, and that's where I think this is more coming from. But over the course of the season, whenever we've thought that as well, it's not happened this year. And I know they look great against Southampton. They looked, they wiped them completely. They got Leicester next. You expect them to do the same thing. But I just don't know. There's 9 games left.
It's
I feel like there's going to be more twists and turns.
You've got Newcastle, City, Chelsea, Brighton back to back.
Wow.
That's the difference. Like City will win games that they could win. If City had maybe like a Spurs away or like a United or something like that, then I'd be like, but when I see City's running, it's the Arsenal. Like for me, that's title deciding, and that's what you want. You want the 2 best teams going into the final few games of the season, head to head, winner takes all. And I honestly feel like that's what the game's gonna be like.
Man, I can't believe that half, man. I was up on my screen, man. I couldn't get to the game today, and I could not see what I was. I could not believe what I was seeing. How we missing these chances, the power, and I don't know how to explain it. I was like, what are we? What are we, Arms? What are we?
We when I don't know with Liverpool, that life. There's still some life in this Klopp thing going on. I don't know how to describe it, but there's some sort of energy that keeps going, and it is an Anfield thing, to be fair, because
it's only at home though. It's proper nasty.
It's when the game feels like a cup final, in my opinion, because I felt like a bit like a final, like do or die. That it felt like that kind of energy. And when Liverpool are put in that situation, they always rise.
Look, Palmsy said, hold on, I'm going to read that back of that super chat. But what's this? Look, Palmsy says, Grizz, did you not see the Arsenal chances? Of course, I just said first 20 minutes you could have been out of sight. It could have been 2-3-0, but it wasn't. But then it could have been 6-2 as well, bro. Exactly. It could have been 6-2. Where's that super chat? Zenith says, I'm a bit behind, but saying Man City don't time waste is a lie. No, we didn't say that. They time wasted against Arsenal since they got the first goal. No, we didn't say that. Of course, Man City are very, very about the dark arts. We already know that. 100%. You're not going to get more darker arts than Rodri in these mans. Bro, they know. Diaz. These lot know how to play the dark arts game. What we're saying is with me and Omar thought that Arsenal didn't need to do it. They just needed to focus on the football.
Yeah.
They riled it up too much. They got the emotions going too much. They should have just concentrated on keeping the ball away from us. We were chasing shadows. That's what we're saying, my brother. But listen, guys, close to 550 of you in here. Smash the likes. This is the instant post-match reaction. We're going to be coming back with a deep dive in RedFellas about an hour's time. 8:15, we're going to kick off. Okay, 45 minutes time, where we're going to try to make sense of what we saw and go through the events. But the major event, when that penalty was given, I'm never confident with this guy. I'm done with him in penalties. I'm done with him.
Fabinho needs to get onto the penalties from now on, I think, for at least until the end of the season, because his mental on a penalty is screwed. You could tell. Like, I'm pretty sure.
I'm done with him, bro. I'm done with him. Like, I don't mean that in a nasty way. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's it now.
What on
he missed it as well. It wasn't saved.
Yeah. Oh, like, no. Yeah. Penalties.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, yeah.
When we played Man United last season, Bruno did the same thing. Like Ramsdale, I don't ever think he's going to save a penalty. So if you miss, you've missed. You know what I mean? And then Salah, the way he hit, that was poor. That gave us life.
Technique-wise, for a penalty, Salah's never had it. You got people like Fabinho, Trent, Milner. These guys, they whip their penalties in. Gakpo, Joseph, great shout. Gakpo was taking pens, Dutch, calm, composed. Situation doesn't get into your head. Salah, he's had some big penalties in his time, but he feels the pressure. So it's never guaranteed. But and that ruined his game a bit. Until he got the second, that ruined his game.
I honestly thought he was going to smash it down the middle just because of the way he shoots. I just thought he's going to hit it down the middle. He's not going to play games. He'll probably go in. So the way he tried to side foot it, bottom corner, I didn't really understand.
It's not the one.
It's not the one. Always them ones look stupid when you miss as well. They always look like, what are you doing? But let's think we got a few more super chats. Let me just
go for it. Yeah, sorry, I missed. If I missed any, go through them.
All right. So here, Big Ben saying, Grizz, you should cook them all on the big six.
I have no reason to yet. I'm much more classier than that. We didn't win.
That's the key point.
We didn't win.
And is it true now? Top four's mathematically impossible or something? I see people saying top four.
Not mathematically, but come on.
He has to say it's a bit early for that. Yeah, I was wondering.
It's not gonna we're not gonna win 9 on the bounce. Like as Liverpool fans, just accept it. Just enjoy the vibes to the end of the season. See what happens in summer because you're just gonna stress yourself out if you're thinking about top 4.
Europa League is still possible though. Anyway, Europa League is still there if you guys want that one. Hassam here says Arsenal blew their chance when on top. Instead, they went to time-wasting tactics.
This is my point. That was our point.
Yeah, that was your point about the yeah, I understand. And then MCFC Solo says here, I'll just read this one quickly. Both teams will drop points, but we are built for this. Arsenal, TBD. Sometimes one game a week can be a detriment. 8 on the bounce, shark settings. So a Man City fan feeling buoyant about, of course, you know.
You can imagine, you can understand why, though.
They must have thought it was done at 2-0. They must have been like, damn, Arsenal beating Liverpool. And then to go 2-2, that's going to give them another. Imagine all the Man City players watching that, sitting there like, damn, okay, it's back
that's
on.
What we mean, so, City, the mentality is different. They get, as soon as it gets put into their hands, even though it's in your hands as well, they're not going to let go of that because they know. Then when it comes to crunch time, when it comes to February, when it comes to March onwards, Man City in the league are different. I'd love to see their record in the last 4 or 5 seasons from March onwards, because the amount of times I've seen them rail off 15, 16 wins in a row, it's light work for them at times. The only thing is, are they going to focus on the Champions League? Imagine Bayern Munich knock them out. City are going for that Premier League without a doubt. So this is why I say for Arsenal, 2-0 up, you just had to play your game, because me and Grizz are the first to say it. We are nowhere near your level if you look at quality of teams, structure, everything this season. We're not there. The press is disjointed. Everything's disjointed. We had to rely on vibes, atmosphere, and sort of passion. And that's how it had to happen. So that's why I think it's a massive missed chance. Because look, Leicester, Brighton away, tough one, but I still think they get it. They get that. I think
it's postponed actually, right? So
yeah,
this is going to be interesting now, because I think Arsenal play 2 Prem games before we play Man City. They're going to just play 1, and they're going to be playing all of these other games. So there's still a chance on the table we could get the points on the board, and I think that's big as well for the mentality. And then we go here Wednesday. It's weird. We played even the first game was on midweek as well. So again, midweek game, Wednesday, 26th of April, 8 p.m. kickoff under the lights. Yeah, so that's going to be.
You're saying all this with a smile on your face, and you're trying to enjoy it. I don't know, man. What are you saying? Like
your heart rate, Bilal, I tell you right now, will be through the roof.
No, but he's very calm.
No. I don't think any Arsenal fan can be calm in that game. You will be feeling that pressure. City, relentless. Play after play after play. I can see the game now. Can Arsenal withhold that? And not just withhold that, do they have the composure to break that sort of down and score goals? And from what I saw today, nah. Now
I don't know. I don't know. I just have it in me that we're gonna do it, but that's me as a fan. So that's me now. Is there logic behind it? Maybe, but for me as a fan, I just feel like we're gonna beat West Ham, Southampton, go to that Man City game with a points advantage, go there, and even if we just won't lose that game. Just get something out of it, and I think from there, it's back on. I always said, we did the last 10 games, right? Or the last 10 games of the season. I said the first 5 of this, the first half of it is important. If we pick up 13 points out of 15, obviously drawing today, that's a great return. But it's all to be decided. Let me read this super chat here. Ben Lesmeher, I'll try to say that one. Arsenal just booting it up the pitch every time second half against 2 massive centre backs. Yeah, that was another thing. Jesus didn't win a header or anything.
Because Konate took over. Konate took over.
Exactly. Not sure what Arteta was doing. Where was ball retention? Also, the Firmino sub changed everything. What a player. Yeah, Firmino, again, you got to big him up as well. Get another goal against Arsenal. But yeah, tactically as well from Arsenal side, definitely could have done better. But at the end of the day, on the balance of play. Just for me, I know you guys probably got. Grizz, you feel gutted a little bit. You didn't win the game.
I feel. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel gassed.
Yeah.
And I don't feel disappointed. I'm just there. I'm just bemused by my Liverpool.
Yeah. It was a mad game. That's what it was.
Because I was watching us like second half and I was thinking, look at the intensity we're playing with again. It was like old school Liverpool. Like you guys know Skulfuggery, who does the video edit. So for Big Six, he was massive. He was WhatsApping. He goes, "Nah, man, we didn't want to come out in the second half." I said, "No, you wasn't allowed out." You know, like you're not allowed out.
Yeah.
Go back in your room. You're not allowed out. And we didn't let you out.
We were stuck. We were grounded. We were locked up.
We grounded you in the second
half. One time you saw a bit of freedom at the end. Martinelli messed up that pass.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Again, penalties, Konate, chances, save from Salah. But then you had the chance again to win it at the end.
That's the composure. That's the composure. They got caught in. That could be season changing. You flip them.
I wasn't shocked though.
I think for Liverpool, we're confused because we're kind of proud of the performance in the second half.
Massively proud.
We're kind of like, where has that been all season? And we're also kind of upset because we didn't win. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm speaking with energy just because I saw a mad game. When my initial emotions after that full-time whistle, I was gutted that we didn't get the third. Genuinely gutted because I was like, how did we miss? But like in terms of like a spectacle, now I've just accepted that from this season we just got to appreciate the vibes because Liverpool have been terrible all year. Fair play. What a game. And look, if we can't be in the title race, let's affect it. Because
you're affecting it in a negative way for me, getting smacked by Man City than doing this. Could have helped me out as well. But you know what it is? I think with Liverpool, what we can tell, and it's been the theme this season, like Liverpool can turn up for like that one game and just turn up. But like you had 3 big games in short succession, but Man City didn't turn up. Chelsea game was like he wasn't even trying to play. That was a weird game. That was just all Chelsea. Like it felt like Chelsea were playing. Liverpool were just there to participate. But
that's literally being Liverpool away from home and at home. Literally, that is it in a nutshell. Yeah. Away from home, look toothless. Don't know where goals are going to come from. Completely open. You go to home, the pitch all of a sudden becomes smaller for the opposition. The Liverpool team stepped the intensity, and I actually trying to think about it. I don't think Liverpool were anywhere near as clinical as they could have been in the second half in terms of like fluidity, in terms of creating. Because that whole game was played in Arsenal's half, but we didn't actually until the last few minutes.
Yeah,
we didn't really create. Between Salah's penalty miss and Nunez's one-on-one, we had the ball, but we didn't do anything. Until
I hear you. Yeah, we were kind of just forcing our way back into the game in terms of energy and the crowd involvement and the power of Anfield, as opposed to playing well. But once we got that aspect of things going, the play suddenly got better automatically. You get it?
Yeah, like it was a mad game. For most of it, second half, I was like, you know what? I don't mind if we just camp a little bit. But we started letting you guys do too many crosses. Like it was too much. We were inviting the crosses so much. We weren't really trying to stop them. And you keep letting that happen time and time again. One of them is probably going to result in something. That was the only negative because I didn't mind us sitting back because I looked at it like Liverpool are dangerous. If you give you guys space in behind, that's when I'm so scared of Liverpool. But if we make the space in behind, we limit it, then of course we could probably, somehow get a counter off. But every time again, that's why Konate got to big him up. Every time he had the chance to get a counter, Jesus was getting clamped by him. The one time Jesus got free, he managed to play in Martinelli. Something might have happened, but that was only once, right?
Yeah, he did that no-look pass. And Firmino saw it, and Firmino was like, I ain't going to have this guy no-look me. So he no-looked you. He scored.
Yeah. Joseph saying Fabinho was very good. He was better. Much more like the Fabinho, the nasty Fabinho with his cynical fouls and the nasty fouls. There was one hack. That was
Saka,
that was just a pure hack.
I was fuming.
I mean, but still not the levels that I would expect Fabinho to reach.
If I was playing
Nunez again, he's got to score those chances, man. I don't know what to say about this man.
Like, he's raw. He's raw, and
you know, people came for me because he done a little bit, and people saying, "Oh, Grizz is written him off." Now, do you guys realize why I said he's not great?
He's Timo Werner with more physicality.
I'm not writing him. I think he will come good. He just needs some sort of coach to get that finesse into him. Because I'd be worried if this guy didn't get into scoring positions. Because the hardest thing you can do is coach someone how to create chances for themselves. His actual physicality and his attributes in terms of his pace are amazing. So he gets into those positions. It's now. And we saw it when Suarez came to Liverpool. Suarez, the amount of times the guy used to hit the post and the crossbar, he used to create the chances, and eventually it clicked. So for Nunez, I think it will click, but from next season we need to start being a bit. I think Gary Neville said it as well. We need to be a bit more.
Absolutely.
I think he's got away with it because he is a bit of a cult hero.
Absolutely. And Gakpo as well. Gakpo's done very well so far, but you'd like to see more, right?
Yeah.
Can you teach finishing though? Because for me with Jesus, we can't teach this guy to finish. He might score a few, but he's gonna miss a few as well.
I think you can teach.
I think you can teach.
You can coach.
Maybe if he's young, I don't know, 18 or something. But if he's someone's 23, 24, is that something that he can really add?
It's easier to teach. It's easier to teach finishing than to teach that movement to be able to create yourself chances. If Nunez was just doing nothing, I'd be so stressed about him. I'd be willing to write him up. But the fact that he's creating them chances, they will come. Gakpo, I think the guy is sometimes too unselfish. The guy's got a rocket of a shot. We've seen it.
But he's trying it. But I like the unselfishness comes from he's trying to literally be Bobby Firmino.
Yeah.
Whereas Bobby Firmino didn't have the shot that Gakpo's got. So, but listen, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up, man, because I need to eat in a minute, man.
Let me read these last couple. These last ones. Pimpin' Distress says, "I'm telling you, take a sad song and make it better."
Yes, big up Pimpin' Distress.
Fazil Ali says, "Except Benzema and them, man, Anfield is still Anfield." Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're immune, man. Forget them. They're weird. They're
just weirdos.
They're opposite weird. They're going losing games randomly to Valladolid and shit.
These guys
let them hear Champions League music, and then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. Weird. Amajit here says, "Grizz, Bobby is a monster under Pep. If you deep it, I'm guessing Pep Linders. I'm guessing he means that Pep."
Hope he means Pep Linders. Hope he doesn't mean under Pep Guardiola.
Joseph here says, "You can teach finishing. See Rashford and Benny McCarthy at Man United." Yeah, it's improved.
You can, man. 100% you can. Yo, people, still 400 of you. Everyone, just please smash a like on your way out. That would help massively, beautifully, humbly. Go and eat. Who's fasting? Who's not fasting? Still go and eat. Because if you watch that game, you're going to be tired, hungry, thirsty. Thirst for more. We want more of that Liverpool. And Arsenal want more of that first half Arsenal. It leaves the game in the balance, leaves the title race in the balance. I'm going to see you lot in about half an hour. RedFellas on this channel. Go and have a break. Omar Bilal, close it out.
Yeah, man. Yep. Everyone, as Grizz says, smash the like button. Omar, any last words you want to add? Anything you want to say?
Like Grizz said, we want more. We also want more content. So get that food in and be back for RedFellas, because that's where the real debrief's going to start.
All right, guys. Peace.